Hello students, I am Dr. Tanmay Vishwash. I welcome you all in my channel Chemistry, the Mystery of Molecules. So I hope you all are fine. So today we are going to discuss an interesting topic, that is singlet oxygen. I know majority of you will question why, what is this? And that's my today's target, to clarify everything about single oxygen from basic chemistry point of view. Okay, such that you students can get benefit from this study. So a lot of chemistry to be learned in this video. So today's video I shall cover few points like the basic idea, why singlet oxygen is important and its energy compared to others, find preparation of this material, reactivity with organic material, and the most important is the toxicity. Okay, so a lot of chemistry to be learned in this video. Please watch until the end with complete patience. Okay, just as usual, what mean by singlet oxygen? Singlet, this word means the spin multiplicity. The spin multiplicity is 1. That's why this is called singlet. Now, when we say singlet, then the question, is there any triplet oxygen? Is there any triplet oxygen? Means you may consider that 3O2. This is, so obviously this is exist. And by the way, in nature this is the majority of oxygen. You may consider around slightly greater than 20%. 21% or 23%, whatever, based on weight or volume. So this is majority of oxygen is triplet. Okay, so singlet oxygen, that's why singlet oxygen is unique. Difference, see, this triplet oxygen case, it has 2 unpaired electron, and in order to understand this, you need to understand the molecular orbital diagram of this molecule, how this is. So let's consider the oxygen 2p. So oxygen, if you consider periodic table, it is its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. We will not consider 1s because it's inner orbital, it doesn't participate in bond formation. So let's consider the bond formation. Actually we are trying to form O2 molecule using molecular orbital diagram. So this is the 2s, and here 3 2p orbitals are there. Or you can indirectly, not only this, you can write these and these way. Okay, let's consider this OO bond forms in this way, and this is the z axis. Okay, then this pz, py and px, similarly pz, py and px, this zz will form the sigma bond. Okay, so what it will result? See this, okay, by the way, this 2s, this is bonding, this is anti-bonding, fine. Now, sorry, little mistake. So this is sigma. Actually this SS forms sigma star. Actually this sigma is formed in between two overlap of 2s orbital. This sigma is formed in overlap of 2. So this is the sigma star. And by the way, all please remember that the extent of stabilization of this sigma is more compared to the unstabilization of sigma star. So antibonding is slightly high unstabilized. That's a different thing, I'm not going to explain more. So see, this axis is formation of sigma. Then the other axis, p orbital, involved in the pi bond formation we can consider, because in that case sidewise overlap possible. So what is result? So these two this py pz, they overlap and form 2. These are 2 bonding, and these are the 2. So what we can consider this? In this case we can consider these are pi and these are pi star. Okay. So now let's fill this molecule with electron. How many electrons? In this case, S has 2 electron, 2 electron, 2s. See, I have written 2 electron. So this is 2, this is 2. Fine. And by the way, electron filling will be governed by the energy level of the orbitals. Now, in p orbital, we have 4 electrons. This. Now, just look at it a little carefully. 4 electron. So 2 is here. Total in this case 4 plus 4 8. So here we filled up 6 electron. Only 2 electron left. Now question, these 2 electron will go this 2 orbital. Generally, according to Hund's rule, we can consider that this will prefer to remain in unpaired form and half filled. So please remember, this is actually this unpaired and half filled. This is the triplet oxygen. Got it? Now let's go to the other part. What do we mean by singlet oxygen? Just let's zoom this part. Just this orbital. Rest of thing, everything will be same. So in this case, if this orbital is paired, that time this is called singlet oxygen. Why? Because 2 unpaired electrons, spin multiplicity point of view, it is 3, so it's triplet. This is 1, it is singlet. Got it? Why this is? Now a single question. Which one will be having more energy? This triplet or singlet? Obviously, singlet will have more energy. Why? See, unpaired electron got paired. You need to provide some energy such that one orbital is vacant, other is fulfilled. This is not generally happen. Fine. So this is the singlet. There could be another singlet option also, logical. But this is one up, this is down. But this is not that much common. That's why we will not focus. So now our focus is on this. So question, what thing changed by this diradical to this? So this case we can consider this as a diradical. And by the way, you have already learned lots of lectures. I have explained oxygen acts as a diradical. As for example, oxidation of benzaldehyde into benzoic acid. Means if you keep benzaldehyde for a long time in expose of the atmospheric oxygen, it converts into benzoic acid. Why? Because this oxygen actually like that. So it acts as a radical and it does the oxidation. Fine. This is reactive. But is it more reactive compared to triplet oxygen or less reactive? Actually, this is more reactive. So this is more reactive. Question why? Just think from the energy point of view. What do I mean by the statement? Energy point of view. See, you have given some amount of energy. So you have to give some amount of energy such that this conversion occurs. So this is actually, you may consider ground level, the most stable. So this is the most stable. But this is not that much stable. This is more reactive, or you can consider activated. So that's why, since it is activated, having some excess energy, then you may consider it will undergo reaction very easily because reactance energy is increased. So the energy needed to achieve a transition state is produced. And actually the same thing happens. What do I mean by the story? See, hydrocarbon, you may consider we have a lot and we use regularly a huge amount of hydrocarbon. For example, petrol, diesel, kerosene, those kind of LPG. Now, this oxygen reacts with hydrocarbon. That's how we get energy by burning LPG. We cook. We get energy in the internal combustion engine. We can drive. But if we compare the same reaction using singlet oxygen, does it react faster or slow? Obviously, it reacts very faster. So, this singlet oxygen reacts CH bond very faster. Even there is one proposal that you take oxygen from air, you pass it through a catalytic converter, convert into a singlet oxygen, means this is a triplet. You can convert it into singlet oxygen and inside the engine, you can burn hydrocarbon more efficiently, obviously true. But lots of things needed. First of all, catalytic conversion of this to this needed. Second, this is very reactive. So this is very reactive. When something is very reactive, you can instantly call this is less selective. So less selective means it is true that it will undergo very fast combustion of hydrocarbon, but it can destroy the other material associated with this. It can produce, since its selectivity less, so lots of byproduct can be produced. So these are the hypotheses. Okay, they use. But by the way, there are some real applications. Okay, so from that, what you understood, that singlet oxygen reacts CH bond very faster. It is very reactive. So we have discussed the basic idea why singlet oxygen, its energy. Now it's our turn to discuss about the preparation. How singlet oxygen is prepared. So just you understood that normal oxygen, it is triplet. So this. So our target is to convert this triplet into singlet. So actually what we are doing, we are flipping the spin. So spin change is needed, and that thing could be done easily by using a photosensitizer. Okay, by the way, there are different kind of photosensitizer, like there are very famous photosensitizer named as Rose Bengal. It's a dye, methylene blue. So Rose Bengal, methylene blue, even some porphyrin derivative can also do the job. Okay, so now you can see, to save the time, that's why I made. So this is the Rose Bengal, and this is actually methylene blue. From the name you can consider its color is blue. Now interesting part is that they all are photosensitizer. What do I mean by the statement? That when you shine light, even there are some porphyrins also which can do, but I didn't mention because porphyrin is a very common, you know it. So fine, when you shine light, they undergo excitation. From excited state, it undergo internal in ISC or inter-system crossing. Okay, so consequently what happens, this singlet oxygen converted into triplet. So that is the basic chemistry, because normally this spin exchange is not allowed. In presence of this photosensitizer, this is, and that is the unique property of this molecule. That's why they are utilized in photodynamic therapy. Photodynamic therapy. This is a therapeutic technique by using which you can kill even cancer cell by shining the irradiation. First this any photo material which is acting as a photo active material first inserted into a body, then particular area where you want this thing, they shine the light, and in this way this triplet oxygen inside our tissue converted into singlet oxygen, and that kills the cell. Better to say cancer, like cancer cell. Now from this statement, one important question, answer of an important question you got, and the answer is, this is highly toxic. This is highly toxic. What do I mean? Because it is so toxic that when tissue generates this singlet oxygen, that produce singlet oxygen instantly destroy that cell. And actually this is toxic, but this strategy is utilized smartly by scientists to destroy those unexpected or cancer cell, malignant cell, to save our human body. Okay, so that's one thing. You should not breathe singlet oxygen directly. By the way, I have given one MCQ with a poll option, and majority of you have selected that what we breathe, that is singlet oxygen. That is singlet oxygen. Remember, we should not breathe singlet oxygen. We can breathe singlet oxygen, but we will die instantly. Okay, so this is extremely toxic. So, and how this is prepared? This is prepared by this methylene blue, this rose bengal, those dyes. And by the way, just one thing observe in this molecule, they are highly conjugated molecules. Even this has a canonical structure. You can consider that this can push, this can come, it can go. So, simply equivalent canonical form will be produced. That's why highly conjugated, such that they have a HOMO-LUMO gap inside this visible light region. They can absorb visible light and you can excite the electron. Similar thing is true for this. Okay, it's the similar part. What I told, this. See, long conjugation possible. So this is the preparation of this singlet oxygen. One, irradiating light, but always we are not using human body to produce or even produce such kind of reactive species. But if we need these reactive species in significant amount, how can we prepare? We can prepare this thing by reacting, for example, this silicon hydrogen species with ozone. Okay, what it does first? It does this is get inserted. I should not give the bond, instead of that I should write directly this. Then it breaks down into this silicon OH. Silicon oxygen bond is very strong, that's why silicon prefer to form bond with oxygen, plus with this oxygen, but this is the singlet. Point number one. You can even oxidize hydrogen peroxide using sodium oxychloride. See, sodium, in this case, sodium oxychloride is acting as an oxidant and oxidizes the hydrogen peroxide into oxygen, but it is singlet. Plus it produces water, plus it produces sodium chloride. Fine. Now question, who is acting as an oxidizer or which center is acting as an oxidizer? See, this chlorine is in +1 oxidation state. It is oxidizing this hydrogen peroxide. Here oxygen is -1 and ultimately here oxygen is 0. So this is the overall oxidation and reduction of +1 into -1. Okay, so this is the overall chemistry. Now in this case there is a chance of water, but this thing could obviously avoided by using phosphorus reagents. So this phosphorus reagent, what do I mean? This OR thrice P. So if you react this with ozone, what it results? It results in PO3, adapt with ozone. Second, this undergo decomposition to OR 3P double bond O plus singlet oxygen. Okay, in this an interesting point of this method among previous two is that in this case no water is involved. Okay, what do I mean? Hydrogen peroxide means water. Sometimes this thing can produce this can undergo dehydration to produce water. There are lots of possible, but in this case not possible. And remember, PO bond formation is very stable because this D pi P pi back bonding, P pi of oxygen, D pi of phosphorus, and this is the one of, just try to remember students, Wittig reaction. Phosphorus oxygen bond formation is the driving force. That's why the alkene was produced. So by the way, so in this way single oxygen is produced. Now since we have discussed its production, now let's discuss something about its chemical reactions. Okay, look at this reaction. This is heptanatial compound, this is citronellone, it's a natural product. But before that, I'll give something. Singlet oxygen means OO double bond. You can consider the spin pairing happen. So consequently, it can act as a diene and undergo 4+2 Diels-Alder reaction. How? So if you take this and if you react with this, it undergo Diels-Alder reaction. I have already discussed basic part previously. Please visit if you have any difficulty in understanding this. Okay. So in this way, what it results ultimately? It ultimately results in this. This is the number. Okay. So this is, you can consider 4+2 adapt. Similarly, not only this 4 plus 2, it can undergo 2 plus 2. For example, if you take an alkene with this and if you react with this oxygen, this, so what it can do? It can undergo 2 plus 2. How? This will come here, it will come there. So in this way, it will result in, and by the way, remember this multiple oxygen containing compounds are highly explosive, so little careful. So from this study we have understood that it is able to undergo this reaction. And by the way, not only this, sometimes what happens, this allyl CH abstraction also happens. Okay, so that is another possibility. I will discuss how. Just now consider this part. This example is interesting, and this is, you can consider that it's means this CH and this double bond, these undergo the Diels-Alder reaction. So you may consider this thing as an in reaction. What do I mean? That this is 2 electron and this CH bond undergo. So this is actually 4 electrons. So you may consider this is a 4 plus 2. Why? Because its oxygen is 2 electron. So how this reaction happens? Just give you a quick. So this thing, this is oxygen. So this abstract, this one, it goes there, this comes. So what it results? It results in double bond is here. This is OOH. Fine. This is, so actually this is a hydroperoxide is produced. And now look at the example. In this case, if you follow this, for example, this is HA. If this is abstracted, then hydrogen is expected to attach on here, means this. So following this, we get this one. Second, if this hydrogen is abstracted, similar way, this is also allylic hydrogen, this is allylic hydrogen, this is also allylic. So then what we get? We get this one. And actually they are obtained in 1:1 ratio. From here, you can clearly understand how this is very reactive. So selectivity is not that much. So in this way, hydroperoxide and hydroperoxide is quenched using sodium sulfide water to result this allylic alcohol. So this is an interesting chemistry of preparation of allylic alcohol from an alkene using this singlet oxygen. Means this is nothing but a CH activation. And by the way, using some heterogeneous photocatalysts like GC3 and 4. Okay, so you can convert this triplet oxygen into this singlet oxygen and perform removal of pollutant from waste material. So that is another field we will discuss in some another video. So this is the end of this discussion. So today what we have learned preparation, the nature of singlet oxygen, why it's singlet, what's property different from triplet oxygen, is why it is more reactive than this triplet oxygen, and finally its reaction with organic molecule and utilization of this prepared singlet oxygen in photodynamic therapy, that is like the treatment of cancer. Okay, so a lot of chemistry we have learned this video. Thanks for watching this lecture. If you really like my teaching, please help my channel to grow. First of all, subscribe my channel Chemistry, the Mystery of Molecule, and please press the